Hello everyone, welcome back to Car Fix. Today I'm going to go over the solar install that I just had done yesterday. I was hoping to put out a live video like showing you the install on the scaffolding and that lot, but the scaffolding's been responsible, took the ladders away when they went home, so I couldn't get up on the scaffolding myself without trawling all my old ladders out. And with it being raining and dull and cold, I really couldn't be bothered to get them out, unfortunately. So I hadn't been up on the roof myself to have a look. But that is that. But we'll get into the nitty gritty of the install. So I had 8 435 watt black mono panels put up. So it's around 3.5 kilowatt system in total. Unfortunately, that is all I could fit. We was hoping to get 9 or 10 on there, but my roof, I live in a 30s detached house. It doesn't have a flat roof like the one behind me. It's got a bay window, so it's flat. And then there's I don't know what you call it, an eave. So you can't just put panel after panel, unfortunately. If I could have fit more panels on there, I would have put as many panels on the roof as I could have got. So if my roof was a purely flat roof, you'd probably be able to fit easy 16, well, probably 14, 16 panels on there, and I would have put as many on the roof as I can. So I'm a believer myself that you're getting it done. Get as much as you can on the roof when you're getting it done, because you might just think you might not have an EV. You might end up with 2 or 3 EVs in the future. Everything's going electric. You might end up with a heat pump in the future. I think if you're doing a solar install, my one tip would be concentrate on getting as many panels on your roof as you can. And like I say, unfortunately for me, it was only 8, which is a little bit disappointing, but it is all working fine. That's enough of that waffling. Anyway, I did get a battery, only a smallish battery. Again, it's 5.3 kilowatt. I know a lot of people are very, very heavily into batteries. Me personally, what do I think of batteries? I mean, I'm in all day. I only work from home in the office 1 day a week. I can take advantage in the day of when we're producing, which helps. If I was out all day, I understand batteries a bit more, and I understand batteries for the overnight consumption and when the sun's gone down and all that lot. What do I think of the value proposition of batteries? Personally, they cost a lot of money in general, especially them Tesla ones and the big Give Energy ones and stuff. Yes, you can store your own energy, but if we look back to the COVID times when everyone was getting solar and battery, export was 3 or 4p. I'm going on to Agile fixed export with Octopus at 15p a kilowatt export. Personally, I don't mind exporting. Like I understand why you'd want to keep it, and then you can use it overnight, and I get the benefit of that. But to me, I don't mind if it's 15p a kilowatt export. You know, that's more I'm getting back in export than I'm buying in on Agile currently. But I don't want to make this a tariff conversation because it gets very boring very quickly. So as you can see, currently, I'll just do a quick refresh on the data here. So this is my A4 hybrid inverter software. As you can see, currently it is very overcast outside here in England, as always. Dull, raining a lot. You probably hear my dogs out there playing. But as you can see, we're getting 553 watts coming in. Seems like I'm sending 37 watts back to the grid. I'm currently consuming 446 of that and sending some to the battery for charge. Obviously, I've only had this set up now for basically half a day, so I'm still getting to grips with everything. One thing, if anybody is out there and still watching the video, if you've got an A4 inverter or any other kind of inverter, I just want some advice on force charging or discharging the battery. So obviously at the moment it's charging with the excess solar. I've got no problem with that. But I just wanted to know, if I go into device here, I can click on my inverter. You can remote control my inverter. And if I script down to here, obviously there's the energy management. So there's, I guess that's charge, battery first, cell first. I'm not sure what these three mean. It's probably the one gripe I've got with this 4 inverter is the hardware instructions are fine, but this online software part where you can mess around with all these settings, there's really no instructions for it. So I'm hoping somebody's out there who can tell me, or if I figure it all out, I'll make a video on it to help other people out. But I assume it's in here in this time of charge. Time of charge. If you press enable, you seem to be able to set a time. So I guess these 2 boxes here, AC timing, AC charging, and then it says timing, AC charge on and off, timing, charge on and off. I mean, do these both need to be set to the same, or is one for AC, one for AC, or one for DC? I don't really know. I don't know specifically, but I assume if I, for example, wanted to charge overnight, you'd set that to 2, that to 5, set it, and it would allow force charging of the battery between those hours, and same here. And then the next 2 are obviously for discharging, so I could set the battery to discharge between, for example, if I was on Agile or Flux, and between 4 and 7 we're not using electricity, and the tariff has got a higher export between those hours, I could force discharge my battery in that time to maybe get 20 or 30p export instead of whatever it is on average normally. I don't know, 10, 15, whatever it is on Flux. But yeah, again, that's tariff chat again, so we're not going to get into that today. But yeah, if anyone could tell me, if I did set that up to 2 and 5 on here or here, would it automatically force charge my battery overnight between those hours on this 4 inverter? I'd be much appreciable of that. But yeah, I mean, that's all I've really got to talk about today. Like I say, I'll try and make regular update videos on my experience with solar and battery, and keep telling you what I think about having it, what seems to work in reality. And I mean, I've got a modest size system, so it's good for probably an everyday viewer, because I know there's a lot of people very much into solar. They've got these massive 6, 8, 10 kilowatt systems with loads of battery storage, and everybody raves about how brilliant it is they're not using any electricity in that lot. Whereas the reality is most people, especially living in England in semi-detached, normal sized houses, are going to have probably an 8 to 10 panel capacity max, between 3.5 and 4.5 kilowatt system. So I just want to see how it goes. And just quickly on, I can't remember if I mentioned how much it cost me in total at the start, but the system cost me £6,310. All in, scaffolding, all the certificates, all the wiring, everything. So based on some rough calculations that I've done on a couple of solar payback things, which I might go into in a different video, probably looking at around a 6-year payback. So once the 6 years is up, around 2030, then hopefully everything I produce or use by then will basically be completely free energy. So that is that. And yeah, I'm not going to keep you any longer, but if you could let me know about the force charging overnight on these inverters, if anybody has any idea, I would very much like to hear about it. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. I'll try and get some photos from outside, and I'll give you an update on how it's going in a week or so's time. So come back, subscribe, like and favourite, and I'll try and keep you in the loop of living with solar on a day-to-day. Thanks a lot. Like, favorite, subscribe again. Do me a favor, and I will see you on the next one.